not only the power to elect people into positions, but to continue to hold their feet to the fire once those positions have been obtained. But some of the work that the community has to do to make sure that things happen correctly. When we know better, we have to do better. And so, being a teacher in any capacity, you're gonna come up against some resistance, shall I
Mhm.
say? So some of the people didn't want to know the secrets. Some of the people didn't want the secrets out. And
That's
then
a
after you
fact.
know the secret, what do you do with the secret? So
Mhm.
a lot of that, and then with COVID, on top of my tenure or my time during mayor, it did it. Although there were a lot of challenges, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have been able to be in the position. You mentioned my transparency, and I know that that was beneficial for a lot of people. It let people know what was going on, what they could do, what they needed to do, what had to be done, and so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the time that I was able to serve. As you know, my service began before I sat in this seat, because this is my actual seat that I sat in City Hall,
Mhm.
and the work continues. So I learned a lot to get there. I learned a lot while I was there, and as you know about knowledge, it's nothing if you don't share it. So I'm grateful that I've been able to share a lot that I've learned, and to be able to now continue to work in a capacity that allows me to share that knowledge with other people.
No doubt. And speaking of prior service before you obtained that seat, when I met you, you were out working and you hadn't stopped since then. So do you think a lot of your experiences just being a community leader, serving on multiple boards and commissions here locally, statewide, being, having a really strong network, do you think that kind of prepared you for that seat, or was it still something that you just can't prepare for until you're actually in it?
I think there was some preparation with that. I told people all the time after becoming the mayor that I did a lot of volunteering in the community, had a kind of a pulse of what people wanted and were looking for. But there were some challenges that I was not prepared for. I can honestly say that it showed me that a lot of people that are in positions to help people, that's not necessarily their aim. That was a little disappointing to know that a lot more could be done than what is actually getting done. So even though that was disappointing, you have to know those things. You have to be able to understand that not everybody gets in a position of service to serve. And that's exactly what that position is, and many other the positions that I've been able to hold. So that was a little disheartening. But on top of that, I will say that I also learned um, some of the processes and things of that nature that I wasn't really aware of going in. If I could do it all over again, there would be a few things that I think I could do a bit better. We know
Mhm.
hindsight is 2020 vision,
Oh, for
but
sure.
I would have had a better understanding of knowing how things work once I got on the inside. You know, you can imagine what you would do when you get there, but you don't know what's there until you get there. And so
Mhm.
I think I would have maybe paid, if it was possible, maybe paid a little bit closer attention to how things are being done in different places to be able to put some things in position once I got there.
Of course, that make a lot of sense. So we know you ran up on a lot of challenges, but I'm sure you were also able to help a lot of people while you were in that position as well. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, sure, sure. That position did give me an opportunity to be able to assist people in different areas, and not only with city processes,